All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've had the same shirt on for 3 podcasts now. I've knocked out 3 today. This is Sword and Board number 3. Here I have with me. Go ahead, introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
Well, I'm Sean Gruber, co-instructor of the Schola Saint George Charleston chapter.
I am Anthony. I am the student of Schola Saint George Charleston chapter.
Yeah, one of our bulwarks.
I noticed you guys are smoking a cigar. I'm trying to actually quit smoking the vape, so I picked up a pack of cigarettes.
Perfect counter.
It's the perfect counter, right? It's way less nicotine. But I've been out here drinking Pepsi and smoking cigarettes and editing all day. It's been lit. I already put up the it's unlisted right now. It's about to get checked. I put the one with me and Kurt up already, so that'll be out when it's approved by whenever.
Well, it's always. Hey, Kurt's always a great time. Guy's got a great perspective on fencing. I really appreciate his approach to Fiore. From one Fiore practice to another, man.
Yeah. Like, straight up, Kurt is the man, I'm trying to figure out where I want to put my mic right now. I should have figured that out earlier. Can y'all hear me all right?
Oh, yeah. You're coming through loud and clear.
Does this podcast go on YouTube?
Yeah, it goes on YouTube.
Swag.
So that's why I learned how to use OBS, and I'm going fucking crazy now. That's all it is.
I got my hair got me looking like Farquaad right now, dude.
Yeah, we just got done doing some interesting mixed weapon sparring, actually.
Yeah.
Saber versus Siggy XL longsword. Which was very interesting.
I was playing with the longsword like a Montante the whole time, doing Monty's kind of style. I think so, right? I was
No, you were doing
just like a mini Montante.
Yeah,
basically. It's either a really long sword or a really short Montante.
Spadone, isn't that what it is? Spadone? Yeah.
Spadone.
Spy hand.
Audio, by the way, y'all's audio is crisp for a fucking iPhone.
Oh, word. Thanks, man.
We're just good, man.
We're just I'm just like that for real.
You're just chill like that. I didn't know y'all were chill like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna edit Aiden's face into it from the last one. Have you watched the Raleigh Open video yet?
I have.
Did you watch the full length?
I watched about 3/4 of it before I had to put it on pause for a while.
So you got to.
I didn't get to watch it unfortunately yet. I've been working my ass off recently.
And so at the end I
plan on.
Hema House was funny. We did a burn down at the end of it. Me and this dude I met, Nick. He was cool as fuck. And I had to put a cough counter on screen. And he had like 50 by the first one. And by the second one, he ended it like a strong 70, 80. It was fucking sick.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
But it's,
dude, I mean, it's entertainment gold. I've never been so happy with something I put out. Like, I enjoyed editing it, like the fucking zoom-ins. I put the 36 lessons of Vivek on the screen at some point. Like, from fucking, he's laughing. Yeah, he knows what's up. Fucking hell yeah. So, when's the last time y'all played Skyrim or anything? Any Elder Scrolls game? Sean, when's the last time you played an Elder Scrolls game?
Last time I played an Elder Scrolls game? Oh Lord, man. Dude, I gotta be real with you. I wasn't a huge fan of Skyrim, actually.
That's
really
news.
I thought it was kind of a step back, man. I'm a Morrowind guy, 100%.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's real though. Morrowind's the shit, bro. I'd be fucking playing Morrowind and Oblivion more than Skyrim. Every time I get on Skyrim, I just make a new load order and then never play it.
Yeah. I played that back on PC back when I was a teenager, man, and that was like one of the first RPGs of that type that I had played. And it kind of blew my mind that there was a map that was so big that it would literally take me 3 days in real life to actually walk from one end to the other,
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even want to think about how many hours I wasted on that thing, dude.
Yeah.
But
It's not wasted. You have the 36 lessons of Vivek within you.
I just went with the most stereotypical build of all time, right? Nord with specializing in two-handed weapons. Just living out my Conan fantasy.
Oh yeah, dude. I once made a character on there that looked exactly like Arnold. Actually, like facially, just.
Well, that's where I learned from, actually. With Conan the Barbarian. Like, that's literally, I just do all those moves from the movie.
Huh.
And that's it.
Fuck yeah.
Especially the one where I punch a camel.
Yeah.
So, Sean, how old are you? How long you been doing HEMA now?
I'm 35, and I have been doing HEMA specifically, I guess, for the past 13 years now. Actually,
yeah.
I started at in 2011, 2012. Yeah, so
hell yeah. Anthony, how about you now?
I'm 24. I've been doing HEMA for.
You're on your 4th year now, I think.
I think this is almost 5th year because I started. Yeah. I started like right before COVID hit. I think literally like. I think December 2019 or something.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. Yes, it would be getting close to your 5th year now, I think.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, getting up there, man.
So it's been a little minute for the both of you. Been in the scene longer than me. Now, fucking Sean, how many tournaments you been to? I know Daniel pops out to one every fucking 3 years. He goes to a tournament.
Well, let me see. I don't know if I could really give you an exact number. I think probably the safe thing to say is like my policy has always been that I tried to hit up one a year at a minimum. It used to be Surfo every year, but I like Queen's Gambit. I like Raleigh Open. I've done both of those back in the day. Of course, it was like I love Midland's Madness, man. That was like I said, one of the best tournament experiences I've ever had, hands
Midland's
down.
Madness workshops. We did a Trump bit in the Raleigh Open, fucking shit, where he's like, the workshops were fantastic. 8 workshops in a day, people. You wouldn't believe it.
I wish I could have gone to the Midland's Madness, man. It seemed like a fun time, dude.
It's gonna happen again.
I'm jello. I'm definitely going to this one, especially if you guys do some sort of ring-in or some grappling thing there.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, easy, yo. I'm gonna pull up and squeeze everybody. Hey, if you're listening to this, pull up, bro. I'll squeeze you.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to have ring-in again. Ring-in was a mess last time. We might just do judo and ring-in jackets. I don't know. It's easier.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's look, man. There's only so many ways to throw a guy in a jacket. You know, it's pretty. It comes from a place.
Sambo rules and ring-in rules.
Yeah.
We
want to be. Dude.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Sambo rules are coherent.
Yeah,
Sambo rules
fair.
are coherent as fuck. So
that's true.
Well, we have the wildlife is coming out now, so we're scoping out. We might get ambushed here.
Yeah, there's a panther over there causing a hurricane and all the
skinwalker comes out.
All the weed. What's that in his mouth? Is that a dare?
A dare?
Yeah, no. For the people that are watching this, is that like I speak actual proper English, and like so everybody makes fun of me for being actually able to speak the Queen's English, but whatever, that's.
What, the dare in the woods?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's dare, right? It's a hurricane.
What do dare eat? Like they fall off the tree and they're like little seeds for other trees. Aren't they called like acorns?
Or something? Acorns.
Acorns.
Is it pecan or pecan? Pecan or pecan, Sean?
It's a pecan.
All right. I can do it. Pecan, dude.
Though I do have somebody that told me one time that that it was definitely pecan because a pecan is what you kept underneath your bed.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Fucking, you don't want to pee in the can, dude. Fucking.
I wouldn't mind.
Well, the chamber.
Chamber pot, yeah.
Gotta have your bedpan, dude.
I normally keep it like in my back pocket, and whenever I go to like some sort of like social outing, I just if it gets full, dump it somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Go back to the table or whatever you're doing.
That's what
Nothing happened.
So
no one will ever notice.
I haven't really got to talk to you guys about like Raleigh and Queens. I've talked to Sean a little bit, but not you, Anthony. Fucking dude, shit was nuts. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
Raleigh was lit, dude. Raleigh was a mixed bag for some people, but I feel like if y'all went to Raleigh, y'all would have had so much fun. The HEMA house was lit. The fucking Tier A longsword. I was in Tier A longsword. That was lit. That was like a Shark Tank.
Yeah. I plan on. I haven't been to a tournament in a while, doing my own like competition or competing in it myself. I mean, but I plan on doing it again. Probably joining back like this coming year.
Yeah.
I think 25. I think I might start going back to some tournaments. Just had a real bad experience in one tournament that kind of like put me off for a while, but I think it's time to get over that like teenage angst ass shit. You know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah, I mean, hell, you went to Yeah, you went to Queens, but you didn't fight at Queens. I fought with your sword at Queens. I mean, you saw how the tournament scene is. It's like you can end it in 2 exchanges.
Yeah, I know. Or so you should think, right?
Yeah. I mean, until you double
judge.
out 8 times. But it's fun. I think you'd like Raleigh too. I mean, just the way that we fight already, with the amount of room we have and everything. I mean, it's a cakewalk. I mean, you got to have the cardio for it. I will say that it's kind of cardio intensive. Pools ran really fast this year. Pools ran fast, way faster than last year.
I think, you know what? I just got to get back in the, like, I guess tournament mindset, because like recently, I guess like my like fencing mindset is just like, I don't know. It's been very like practice heavy rather than like sparring heavy. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I've been kind of bogged down with work. So every time I go to practice now, I'm like a little bit more tired than I used to be, and like I'll kind of just like hang out and like try and learn stuff at like a really like not like slow pace, but like light pace. I'm doing a lot more like teaching and like coaching on drills than I am like sparring and stuff.
Good.
But I think that's just because I've been a little bit tired, but I'm still like learning. You know what I mean? Still learning a lot. Daniel, our other instructor, he's been with Sean for a while. I don't know if you guys know. How long has Daniel been doing this?
Yeah, no, the same as me. He literally started 2 practices after I started. So I mean, he's been doing it just as long. Daniel McLaurin, for those who don't know. So but he's been doing it basically for just as long, really. You know,
he's an excellent teacher.
Yeah,
excellent teacher. We're doing a lot of Messer stuff recently, and it's been really interesting. And I don't know, fencing. It went from like my fencing experience went from like being like super like hardcore. I'm a like guts swordsman, right? Where I'm like I have to learn how to fencing, right? I have to learn how to be the best like swordsman in the world. And now and like basically breaking myself over this sword. But now I'm taking a lot more easily, and I'm like learning like at a different rate. It's like slower but faster at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. It reminds me of like when I was going to jiu-jitsu like a long time ago, and I would just kind of relax in there and we would roll, but it wouldn't be like trying to kill each other.
Yeah. You gotta learn it slow so you can do it smooth, so you can do it fast, right? You gotta understand each little mechanic of it, right? You gotta break down everything. That's why I appreciate about Daniel. He'll really break shit down.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, well, the way that he teaches, I mean, you know, we've been really heavy into the theory of it. You know, it's like you go and you read Fiore and everything, and you're looking at the plays, you're looking at the images, you're breaking them down, you're pricing. It's like, what was he really intending here? What is it? What is it that he's really saying? Why is he doing it? What kind of context, right? Matt Easton. What kind of context is he really trying to use this technique for, right? Yeah. And it's kind of interesting. I was actually talking to some guys about this because there are some techniques out there, and I'm beginning to notice more and more. There are more techniques I think that work better in a martial context than they necessarily do in the tournament context. And so like what I mean, so like I'll bring in some Lichtenauer here. So in Lichtenauer Zettel, he talks about like if the guy swings at your leg, right? He says, don't parry that, literally hit him in the head. And you think about it, so you do that in a tournament context, you're probably going to double out, or maybe, depending on the rule set, maybe you get a little bit extra points and everything. But if you think about it with actual sharp swords, right, if the guy's swinging at your leg and you swing straight down at that head, I mean, if he wants to live, he's going to bring his sword back up, he's going to rest his strike and try and block your strike coming in. Or if he doesn't do that, and you catch him right in the dome as he's swinging in, that's going to interrupt his swing anyway.
In the noggin.
So, if you think about some of these techniques do work better in a martial context. Or Monty. I've been studying a lot of Monty, reading a lot of Monty lately, and he talks specifically about techniques where he's like, this is a good technique for like wounding a guy. This is a good technique for driving a guy off the battlefield, for freaking him out, for making him panic and get out of the way, get out of the field, And so it's interesting to be able to play with both a tournament mindset and then thinking about that more historically minded martial context. And I think that's something that our group, we've been doing it that way for a while, and it's interesting. I think it builds a more rounded fencer. It's like we have to remember that these guys, I mean, even those that were coming along a little bit later on, Meyer and stuff like that, I mean, these guys were, even in their tournament context, I mean, guys were getting maimed, guys were getting hurt. Sometimes people died. And that, if you think about that, if you look at the techniques in that way, right, and with that level of respect for the sword, that kind of respect for what your opponent could do to you and everything, it really opens up, I think, the heart of what it is that these guys were trying to teach, right? So that's kind of been my perspective, my sort of philosophy guiding how I talk to people and how I teach people these days.
Hell yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that because me and Kurt were literally, I think he was going off about the same thing too in terms of like Fiore and what's it called? I hope I quote him right here. I literally heard him say this today, but he was it was something along the lines of he's like he met someone. He's like, oh yeah, I fence Fiore, and he said, no, you don't. Not in a tournament. Not in a tournament. You know what I mean? Then he mentioned KDF systems, Lichtenhauer, Meyer. Yeah. Those are more built for, like, typically your, like, tournament fencing, right? I read through KDF. It's just a big advice book on fencing.
Well, I'll say with Meyer specifically, the Meyer, because I know that my accent comes in, and it's like Mary and Mary, right? Meyer. Anyway, but he does. I mean, I've been reading his book, right? I've been reading the 1570 manuscript, and he does talk about it's like that these are techniques that are useful for self defense. These are techniques that are useful for tournament, and they're techniques that are useful for war. So even within that, I mean, there are still techniques to where that is the primary focus for it. So I think it kind of runs through a lot of them, and it just kind of depends on what sort of focus you bring to it. But that's why I love Kurt so much, man. He's like one of the few people out there that are really kind of talking about it in that way, particularly from a Fiore standpoint. I love his YouTube channel. I actually watch all of his videos all the time, and I really appreciate his perspective on that.
Yeah, and I want to go ahead and plug, too. I want to plug you, Anthony, because you have your YouTube channel. I'll pop it up. I'll put a little annotation for you on the screen.
Oh yeah, guys, Mugen the dog, you know it.
Mugen the dog.
I haven't been posting much fencing recently. It's really just been.
But wait, Dark Souls isn't fencing? Like, is that?
No, yeah, I've been posting combat recently, actually.
It's fine. I'm posting podcasts, dude. Don't feel bad.
I'm throwing like super heavy attacks that wouldn't hit anyone, but somehow knock them down and shit. And this sword, by the way, weighs like 17 pounds. You know the real shit.
Yeah.
But
how's your poise?
It's at least 40.
Okay,
play with me. But like so but yeah, so I'm trying to post some fencing videos here soon, but I haven't really recorded any as of recent. But I think I've been talking about it recently, so I think I'm gonna start recording more fencing.
You should
and stuff, because it's been out I think almost like a year since I posted like fencing.
Mic up your helmet. I did it. It's fun.
You said what?
Mic up your helmet. I have these two little mics. Cost me $25. That's with shipping. And I clipped one in my helmet and I put it into my phone, put up the stand, and I talked through all my fights at Raleigh and Queens.
That would be fun to at practice.
You can do two people too. You can do two people. Don't get too far away. Set a boundary. Because I think it sounds like shit if you get too far away. But it's lit. It's fun as fuck. I haven't mic'd two people up, but every time I mic myself up, just learning kind of where to put it so it doesn't cause too much mic static, and how to up your sound level in the editor and stuff. That's the stuff that really matters.
Right.
It's fun.
Okay.
And they're like $25, and then you can use it for whatever. I mean, it's two mics connected to one thing for your phone.
That sounds like a fun time, man. I feel like it'd be funny as shit, because we say some horrendous shit at practice. So
yeah, you can always edit it out. No, the whole time in tournament. So what it felt like to me, you ever play the game real late at night and just talk, kind of mumble talk? Yeah. I was talking so much that I thought the judges were gonna hear me, but I was mumble talking like I was on the game. It worked.
Yeah.
Apparently no one heard me, from what I can tell. So that's
working right. He's working right.
He's working right. Yeah, literally. It's the most crazy shit ever, but I killed it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It's kind of hard when you lock in, you shut the fuck up, but in between exchanges, I'll be like, fuck. You can hear me go, I had to fight Ben Aker twice, right? And that was hilarious. I shin sniped him clean once. I think it was clean.
Ow.
So that's all I got on him. So it was a moral victory. It was I
don't talk about leg shots. Leg shots to me are for coochies.
Hey dude, you need to go train with Ash down in Savannah. He's the shin snipe champ.
Dude, if someone snipes you in the shin, consider this a pommel. You know what I'm saying?
but it's like we got Patty here. Patty's he'll do the same thing. He'll do these those cheeky little one-handed swings at the leg, and we've actually so a little bit of English longsword. And they actually have techniques where they a lot of interpretations of it. I mean, it's like a one-handed thrust with a longsword. It's kind of interesting in that way. You don't see that a whole lot in other systems, but for some reason in the English longsword systems, you see that a lot. So we've been playing around with that, and there's some interesting applications for that stuff. It almost makes it I don't know, some of those thrusts, it just sort of reminds me of stuff you would see in Saber, which is interesting. But
yeah. All right, quick break. I'm gonna make sure I'm still recording. I'm gonna get a quick beverage.
Let me check my back. Yeah, I'm at 43% right now.
I'm gonna leave it rolling so y'all can talk. I'm gonna get a quick drink.
Okay. Do you believe? All right. For all the listeners out here, I have a question, an age-old question. Some of you might have heard this question. I'm sure you have. But here we go. Do you suppose that a three-legged fella could wield a witch's cauldron?
It's an age-old question.
Put your answer in the comments below, because I'm sure a lot of you will agree with each other, but don't be sheep.
I don't know. This question there's some strong opinions associated with this. This really does kind of bring out a lot.
I have heard a lot of different answers on this, and very, very articulable, what is it, reasoning for each. So,
do you suppose?
I do suppose, yes. As a matter of fact, I do not suppose. I will put my answer in the video because I don't have to comment. I'm here. I do not suppose that a three-legged fellow could wield a witch's cauldron, because I think a three-legged fellow would have to be a witch to wield a witch's cauldron. But
I don't know.
That's
he has
just
3 legs. He has 3
legs.
legs.
Yeah, well, Daniel's that's Daniel's perspective on it, right? Because it's just a tripod, right? So
exactly.
You get a lot of.
He should be able to with sheer strength. You know what I mean? I keep having to pull up the fucking trash can to use it as an ashtray because I don't have a fucking ashtray out here.
Are you smoking a cigar?
A cigarette again.
Ew, you bum.
Yeah, this is gonna be my last one for until I go to bed.
Okay, cool. You should make it
myself.
Switch back to babes.
You said what?
You should make it the last one this week and then switch back to babes.
Oh no, fuck no. The vapes make me feel like I'm drowning.
Dude, I remember when I met you. You said you hadn't vaped in forever, and I came around the first day you hung out with me. You're vaping all over again.
Yeah. I seen the vapes. I was like, oh fuck this. I'm stressed out. Let me let me honk your bobo.
Let me honk your bobo. Let me strong your Johnson, dude.
Let me strong your Johnson. Let me marshal your strong, bro.
Yeah,
let me marshal your strong.
I want to get Marshall in here so bad. I'm
that would be funny, dude.
It's gonna be funny. I did one with him and Wook, and it was great. But I like mine because it's unscripted and just it rolls. I know me and Marshall can sit and probably talk for a really long time. But I can't wait for that to fucking publish. That was great. You know what I mean? It's gonna be sick.
No, well, Mark really. That's just straight up one of the best fencers I know. Mm-hmm. Watching him fence is crazy to me. His sense of distance is impeccable.
Yeah.
Impeccable.
No, 110%. I watched him 11-0 guy in Hot Sword Summer. It's fucking insane.
Damn.
Yeah.
I basically got 11-0 earlier when I was sparring Sean with a saber, and he was using my witch, the XL, and if I didn't put all of my effort into attacking his blade first, and I just kind of held any kind of hanging parry or any sort of block, it would just get he would just crash through it, just because the weight and leverage difference between that long sword and that tiny ass.
So you did get that good old fashioned that Hutton parry where you flick that thing that sword back on at your head and everything. That actually worked. He used the flat of his strong, as they say.
At Griffith, the gut in the first encounter does not do.
It's true. But yeah, no.
Fast.
I need that's on here to fucking just talk brain rot sword slang.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, all right, I have gripe to pick. I have a bone to pick with you, boy.
What bone?
You done infected our teacher with the fucking brain rot, my guy.
It's the most I've heard him talk, and it's brain rot. I love it. You know, you want to see my text messages? You want to see my
hasn't been
text
so
with him?
bad. He's getting over his fever, but there's literally a moment where he was telling me, Daniel, I'm going to expose you right now. There's literally a moment where he told me out of confidence, but like I'm gotta let the people know this. He like went down to his riverbank and just started writing out like brain rot terms like hibbity fucking sigma Ohio on the riverbank. And I was like, Daniel, why'd you do that? And he was like, because I could.
Yo.
No.
So
just dude.
I texted him the other day, and so he sends me pictures of his neighborhood. Right, his neighborhood's underwater.
Yeah.
I'm doxing Daniel right now. Sorry, Daniel, but he says this is my Skibbity Toilet Ohio neighborhood. And then I was like, holy shit, get the kayak. It's Daniel in the fucking kayak. There's fucking cars. My phone's fucked, but there's cars in the background just underwater.
Yeah.
And he's like, me being W Mans after my neighborhood got flushed down Skibbity Toilet. That was the whole conversation.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just over text, man. Imagine in real, like, in person.
Is that all he does anymore?
Watch him swing a sword, dude. He'll be like Skibbity Nestra.
Skibbity Finestra. Does he teach like that? I hope he teaches like that.
Full iron gat, dude.
Full iron gat. Yeah.
That's my favorite one. Full iron gat.
I'm gonna do a brain rot workshop with Casey. I'm trying to get Casey on here, and then we're gonna do it.
That's fun.
Yeah, it will definitely be something.
It will be something. I should get Daniel to co-teach it with him.
Word. Dude, my producer just hit me up. We're not dropping a track. We're gonna record a track tomorrow.
Send me your SoundCloud. I'll link it.
Yeah, dude. Look up Lil Mugen on the dot. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Got the no stop.
Fuck yeah.
Big Mugen to pull.
Oh, I miss y'all boys. I need to come down and train.
Well,
yeah. So I was gonna ask when you're coming down next because I work Sundays now.
Okay.
So we go to not today. I actually missed practice today or yesterday. But I have like work at 2 now, so I have to go practice like an hour early.
Yeah.
But so that's only like at like 10 or whatever, 10:30. But if you like plan a day with me, I'm sure I can call out one Sunday.
Yeah, we can figure out something. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you like some heads up. How long you need? 2 weeks?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
At least.
And actually, in 2 weeks, I'm actually going to be up in Columbia for a work function, and once that's done, I was planning on swinging by and
fuck yeah,
and get to go and do some training with y'all. So it's been too long.
Yeah, if I can come through, I'm down. We'll be there. You know, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. I'm about to expand the class schedule, but I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, I was about to ask actually your class schedule right now. Do you guys do anything on Mondays or Tuesdays?
We're gonna, hopefully, maybe. Don't take my word for it. If we do.
Word, those are my 2 days off nowadays. Sundays is my Friday now. That bums me out, but.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, you need to do, fencing 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
365 days a year.
Yeah.
No breaks, no stop.
That's how you get good. That's how you win tournament right there. All day, every day. Fucking, let me put my shitty drink back. I'm done smoking cigarettes every night. Probably, hopefully.
Oh, let me ask a question to Bo for the listeners, man.
Okay.
Of the lessons you've learned through your like HEMA career, right? Not necessarily just like with us, but like Buhurt and shit too, right? What's like
all that?
What's your most like, I guess, memorable not like lesson or like everyday use lesson that you've gotten out of this sport?
Like real life?
I guess just in general.
Just
real life.
To anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, any kind of message you've like learned.
I'll probably have to give you a few through different eras. So when I was young, training with Dan, I learned how to use a fucking sword. More than anything, I learned how to use a sword, right? And through that, through Yaido especially, taught me a lot about tradition. Kind of going into Kendo at some point, same there. a lot about tradition, and with that, especially with the Japanese martial arts, that comes with a certain sense of discipline and sportsmanship when you get into the sports side of it. That being mainly kendo. Yaido was that's a whole different practice. It's not really like something you spar. That's like a Edo period self defense. Really, if you really want to break it down, it's like, all right, I'm drawing my sword because I'm defending myself from this fucking bullshit, whatever it is, right?
Peasant surf.
Yeah, so I learned a lot through there, and I learned a good bit on how to teach and how to teach different people, because Dan wouldn't always be around. So it's well, he would be around, but we'd have a big class or something. He wouldn't be focusing on one pair or the other. I learned how to play, and I learned how to be safe with the swords, how to respect the sword. A lot about how to move my body, structure, all that applicable to everyday life in a way. That, and he was just a good dude. He's always just been a real fucking good dude. So, that's a good role model for me growing up. And then, getting older, when I get into Bohurt, that team dynamic, having your people around you, being there for your people, that's huge. On any kind of sports team, HEMA is really individual, and we got a lot of compliments on on Chafa, and by extension y'all too, on how we kind of keep such a good team dynamic despite it being a solo sport for the most part, until you get like harness effected melees or some shit,
Yeah.
But that, I gained a lot of confidence through Bohurt, a lot of belief in myself. I had a lot of people support me, a lot of good people in my corner, and then it only got better. You know what I mean? As soon as I started focusing on the club, made the club, that's when some of those lessons really kicked in. Learning how to manage shit, learning how to run shit, that kind of all came from both a little bit of experience and being with PK, which I need to do one of these with Larry soon, and that's gonna be great. That's gonna be fucking awesome. There's a lot of memories there with him, that I'm sure that we'll end up talking about or whatever, and it's just like, it's fucking sick. But the current state of Bohurt, I don't even know what it looks like, but Bohurt was the shit. I mean, it really was. It was a good outlet for me. It's something I wanted to do. I had a team. Of course, some things come to an end, some things split, diverge, whatever. I chose a different path, something I'm more comfortable with. I'm not disappointed I chose it. I definitely want to get back into Bohurt, though. That's going to be a goal of mine.
I do want to try Bohurt one day.
I'm kind of ranting, but moral of the story is like the ability to like believe in yourself, and just realize that you just got to do shit. You just do it. And that inspired me to help other people find that light. You know what I mean? Give them that spark.
Yeah.
So that was a good question.
I think my favorite thing that I've learned from this martial art is like not necessarily the favorite thing that I learned. I guess like my favorite thing that I like experienced is I guess it's the camaraderie, just like kind of how you were saying, right? Like the support system and that is the camaraderie. Because I used to do wrestling when I was like up until high school, and like the camaraderie there and this are very, very similar. I've noticed, because like, it's very much like just like you said, it's an individual sport, right? Your teammates not on there fighting the dude with you, right? There's no, which would be cool though, right? 2v2s and shit. Yeah. But it's a 1v1, right? Much like the other sport. So like, what you have your like homies in your corner and your coaches, and they're like telling you what to do. They're telling you where you're messing up and where he's messing up, how to capitalize on the thing, that kind of thing. It's a different kind of camaraderie than you guys like. Once you guys have like kind of beat the shit out of each other in a field over and over again while sweating and bleeding.
Yeah.
Get up, you go smoke a cigar and have like whiskey and coffee and shit. It's like, yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. From being in this, like I said, for over a decade now, some of the coolest people that I've ever met, that I've ever known, I've met through HEMA.
Yeah.
And you're 100%. Like I learn new stuff from everybody that interact with us. I've learned stuff from Yubo. I've learned stuff from Anthony and Patty and the perspective that they brought into this and everything. I learned from Daniel at the time. And whenever I go to these tournaments and meet people in other groups and make those connections and everything, I learn stuff from them. Yeah. Make connections, do the networking, and it brings everything is the cool thing about HEMA compared to like some combat sports and stuff like that is, everything is pressure tested. Everything's pressure tested. You go to the tournament, you find out what works and what doesn't. And then you can go and you meet these people and they have their own perspective, their own set of techniques that work for them that they've pressure tested. And you can share your ideas with them. They can share the ideas with you. And both of you grow as a result of that, right? That's hard to find. That's hard to find. And that's a really, that's something in my view that kind of makes HEMA unique.
Yeah.
It's still developing. Even after all this time, I'm getting new perspectives on Fiore. I'm getting new perspectives on historical fencing as a whole. I'm learning new stuff all the time. And that's, like I said, a lot of sports, you don't find that, right?
Yeah.
You don't get that level of really being able to contribute something unique to the sport in that way. So
I feel like
yeah,
individual like fencer contributes their own set of unique aspects to this martial art, because there's not two fencers. There's no two fencers that fence the exact same. No matter how similar they might fence, there's always like that big difference between the two that makes them different fencers, right? And that's with every single fencer in here. So I think that every single person who picks up that sword or whatever that long knife, right?
Yeah.
They add their own uniqueness to this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the age old thing, is like, people will ask the question is like, is fencing a science or is it an art? And in my view, and it's like, it sounds like a cop out answer, but it's both. And here's my reasoning behind that is that, so ultimately at the end of the day, fencing is geometry, right? If your geometry, if your angle is better than the other guy, you'll win. However, where the art comes in is how you physically express that. How do you get to that angle? How do you get there? What technique do you use? How do you actually work with your particular body, with your particular skill set to get there, right? So that's the uniqueness that you bring, right? That's the uniqueness that you express. And just like Anthony was saying, everybody expresses that a little bit different. Even whenever you get to the same angle, the same sort of thrust, the same sort of cut or whatever, how you get there is a little bit different with everybody. And that's so cool. It's so cool to see.
That reminds me of this conversation you and I had the other day where you were saying, what did you say? You said technique is strength applied.
Oh yeah.
That's basically, it's very similar, because you can be strong and you can like know the techniques and how to do them. And then your technique is how you apply that knowledge, right? Which is the art, the artistic part, the acoustic part.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, no, this shit's been a journey, man. Like, straight up. I mean, this is like a lifestyle for me now. I wake up, I have to do something for the club. I wake up.
Yeah.
I have to do this. I have to do that. I don't have to at the end of the day, and I know that, but I want to. I feel obligated to, and I enjoy it.
Wake up, shit, get out of bed.
Yeah, wake up, shit, get out of bed. Oh, wake up, shit, eat, get out of bed.
Yeah.
Watch hours of fencing videos over and over again.
Yeah. Watch all your fucking arch nemesis's highlights. Nah. Fucking just watch the dudes that are good. I always like watch people's fight tape if I can find it. Good bit of it.
I try and watch
on YouTube.
I don't know if I should get into that. I try and watch some people do grappling in HEMA, and it makes me laugh. I'm not gonna lie. I sound like a mystical monster right now. I feel this coming up. Cancel area right here. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's very strange. I don't know if it's just because I have a bias from being, like solely a grappler my whole life until I found HEMA. But like, I see a lot of people doing like the grappling in this, like whether it be like ringing or like just wrestling and doing like just goofy shit. It's very like I don't know if underwhelming is the right word. I think it's like there's something lacking. I don't know in this.
I understand where you're coming from, because like the wrestling of today is such a complete system, and you look back and they're looking at pieces of a system that made the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really what it is what it boils down to. And like looking at it, it's nuts. Like and so it breeds like a new kind of grappler in a way. Ringen is its own beast. Abrazare is its own beast. But it can be applied. Have you played with just the guards, like the 4 guards of his wrestling, of Fiore's wrestling?
Oh yeah. Actually, that Daniel has gotten a lot into, because that's like before. So I mean, I'd actually, anybody that's watching this, and if you're kind of like interested in wrestling and stuff like that, dude, like I highly recommend find a good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Judo group close to
Judo.
A lot of those guys in those schools are also going to have just a straight wrestling background too, and they can give you a lot of interesting perspective on this stuff. But if you think about it, there's a guy on YouTube that had some videos talking about this that I thought was very interesting, and the channel name is Superior Human, and he did a series of videos where one he actually broke down Lichtenauer's Zettel all the way through, but then he also is starting to do a series of videos on Fiore. And he starts with the grappling section, which is good because I'm one of those guys that does believe that Fiore. I mean, he starts with grappling for a reason, and the same movements run.
It's such a good
all the way. So it's a big piece. If your grappling is not if you're not up on your grappling, you're kind of missing out. If you're a Fiore guy and you're not wrestling, you're missing out on something. You're missing out on a big part of it, in my opinion. So, I mean, definitely find a grappling school somewhere that you can go and do that. I think it'll make you a better fencer. It's also an incomparable strength and conditioning builder, straight up. So, I mean, it's only going to make your fencing better. Even if nothing else, that it gives you the strength and conditioning to be able to go to a tournament and go all the way through and not gas out, right?
Yeah.
So
I had some gas problems at Raleigh, not like with my butthole, but like I gassed out. I totally
okay, that's good. Because last time.
Oh yeah,
tournament.
Queens. Tell them about Last Queens, Anthony.
Huh?
Tell them about Last Queens.
Oh yeah, man, Queen's Gambit. Yeah. So last time I went there with you, this man, we played like Quiplash first off, and we found a meta in the humor, which is insane. First off,
it's all Queen's Gambit jokes.
This dude, I was like worried I had to take him to the hospital because he was just shitting a storm the entire time. Like every 3 to 5 seconds, it was like an absolute like ripping of a balloon. It was just like gas everywhere.
Yeah.
And all.
It was that was hell of a night. I haven't had the farts like that since, which is good. You know, it's funny. This time around, I was constipated. Yeah.
It's always, man.
It's always something. Always something going on in my butthole. I in the Raleigh video, I'm like, shit, I got a hemorrhoid. You know, in the middle of fighting Tom. Like, fuck, I got a hemorrhoid. I also, like, threw out my ass. I don't know what I did to my ass. My right ass cheek.
Look, man, we've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there, buddy. I know.
We've all been there. It was lit. It was fun. I fought in booty
never,
shorts.
Has anyone ever come up to you, like, mid-fencing conversation, but they don't know what you're talking about?
No. I don't think so.
Have you experienced the feeling of like whoever this third party is coming to talk to join this conversation thinks that we're just like, and nothing wrong with it.
Probably
thinks that we're just like, yeah.
Honestly, when I went and got insurance, that was probably the hardest thing to explain to the dudes trying to help me out. They're like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Well, we whack each other with swords." And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they're blunt. Look, here's my website." Right. And I just like left them. I left the building. I was like, "Here's my website. Just look.
Yeah.
Find me a fucking quote, please." Nah, they were chill. They were cool dudes. They shout out my insurance company. I don't remember your names. They're down the road. They're cool. I drive in and talk to them. I feel like that's a way better way to do business. I've always, with this club, I try to go in places and do business with people, which is kind of fucking difficult. But fuck FL Dean, y'all turned me down off the rip. Fuck you. FL Dean, you went through all my YouTube videos, and then you picked out an SCA heavy clip that wasn't even us and rejected my insurance. Fuck you. Straight up. I'm kind of glad they did, because now I have general liability. It's like $900 a year. I'm lit. I'm up. I'm fucking chilling.
Well, but like I said, with all this stuff, with all the video that you've been putting out, man, the presence that you built for yourself, eventually you're gonna change that, dude. You're gonna change that. People are gonna know what he.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I gotta say thank you and respect for like pushing the like being almost like the face of this sport in a sense, on this side at least. I don't know, like obviously there's like other figures, but yeah, for this club especially, like I don't know, man. When I started, there was like 3 or 4 people that would come to practice, right? There was like no one would know what I'm talking about. I would never see videos pop up. I'd have to look them up, right? But like ever since like you started your club and like got all this like this commotion going on with it, it's made like I don't know, it's made it a lot more enjoyable for me because I see a lot more people joining.
Yeah.
There's a lot more people like knowing what it is and like asking me about
the amount
stuff.
Of growth,
like
the amount of growth you guys get through our Discord is unnerving.
Well, you saw the group photo that we took.
I saw the group photo. Y'all look sick.
Yeah, and and that wasn't even all of us, So I mean,
Holy
that's what
shit.
Pat there, and actually Daniel had already left by that point that we'd taken that image, but but you can see it right there, man. Yeah. And that has been since we partnered with y'all, since we partnered with the Chapa. So it's that's been a huge help. It's been a huge help, and it's getting like I said, my dream is, man, that people know South Carolina for the awesome people, right? Yeah. For the great come out of our state.
Shout out Sword Carolina too. Shout out Tom. Shout out Ashley. Yeah. Fuck yeah. No, I appreciate it, and I want to thank you guys because you guys helped bring it to light. I mean, you partnered with me. You helped support the club in the beginning. We got on our feet. We're doing things. We did the tournament. Oh, yeah. We're doing the fucking tournament still. We're a competition.
I want to do that tournament this year. Yeah. If you have it coming this year.
Yeah. No. Well, and that was I just want to say that was like I said, I've been doing this for over a decade. One of the best tournament experiences I ever had, Midlands Madness. It was great. It was fucking. I loved it.
Hell yeah.
That was high level, intense fencing. You saw techniques in that you don't see in other tournaments.
Yeah.
You saw clean fencing exchanges. You saw a multitude of fencing styles, which is something else too that was very interesting.
So many fencing styles. You wouldn't believe it, folks. Fucking. I got Trump one stuck in my head now every time we talk about Midlands Madness. That was a good event. That was a good event for Chafa. That was a good event for the Southeast. That was people talked about that. People were like, "Fuck no." And some people were like, "Fuck yeah." So I'm gonna do this for the next one. We're gonna do like super cards, right? We're gonna do card fights for combat longsword. There's still gonna be a tournament, but we're gonna do 1v1s, height, weight, try to match it up. So I'm gonna take registration early, hopefully, but I need to get with Lance because I need to get the venue locked down because I want the venue locked down. I want the dates locked down, 4/18 to 4/20. Save the dates. That's when it's gonna be. Hell or high water. I don't care, and I do care. If I don't want to do it in the Dojang again, but if we do it in the Dojang again, things gotta change. I gotta pad the whole place.
Yeah,
but it's also just like muggy and hot in there. There'd be too many fucking people. It's too much. That place is a bitch to clean sometimes. So
bring it to the Charleston chapter and do it in the park, man.
Yeah, do it in the park. Do the outside combat.
You wouldn't even recognize the park now. We've got like 3 sand piles and a pile of wood now, man.
Yeah, dude, they literally built in our practice.
Yeah, dude, we have the high ground. There's no way around it, man.
Oh yeah,
we can't be beat. We can't be beat.
We got to redo that video, but you got to push me down from this one because it's like instead of like a 2-second fall, it's like a 6-second fall now.
The thing's huge, man.
We gotta do it. We can do it again. Fuck yeah.
I'm literally gonna like it's most of the video is just gonna be following.
Fuck yeah. I hope Midlands next year goes really fucking good. I gotta write up a lot more shit. Longsword's gonna hit less hard because it hit hard as fuck. We gotta work on that. I want everyone to be able to safely participate in that tournament. I think everything else about it was fine. Having a boxing ring is gonna help. It's gonna make shit just fly through.
Well, also I like that aesthetically as well, man. That's a cool.
You remember fighting? You remember when you slipped in the boxing ring before when it was fucked up?
Yeah.
I think it's fixed now. I really hope it's fixed. If not, we'll have plenty of mat space. But I hope there's new mats by then too. There's a lot of things I hope are fixed. If I have to fix some stuff for Midlands, I will gladly go to Home Depot, get new lumber, and they have a new canvas, so I'm not worried about the canvas. I'll throw a new fucking canvas down. I don't give a fuck. I do want to shout out someone here, so this will be smart because we're doing it a little further away from the hospital. I didn't have medic on staff last time because the hospital's like a 10-minute walk. You know what I mean? Like, get in the car, rush that motherfucker down there.
Right.
That and ambulance is fast in Columbia. And we had plenty of like people there that were just like, yeah, here's a trauma kit, here's this, here's that. They were ready,
Yeah.
But Chris Earls, I don't know what club she's out of, for sure. I don't know if that's her name, for sure. I know her name's Chris, but she's starting like she wants to do like medical stuff for events, just lodge her and pay for the supplies. And I'm just like, shit, that's cheap.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I went to grab. Sorry, I missed what happened.
Oh, nothing. We're talking about like having medical on staff for Midlands. But yeah, she's doing something real cool in the tournament scene with what she's doing. She was medicing at Raleigh, and she was kicking ass. She gave me 4 ibuprofens after my fight, so I was like, thank you so much.
Hey, that's a I'll say a underappreciated role. You know, like I said, the people in the back making that stuff happen, you know, definitely deserve the shout out. Can't happen without them.
Yeah, water bearers, medics, all that, they deserve it.
That's right.
I feel like at Midlands, everyone did a really good job of taking care of each other. Dude, everyone did a good job of taking care of me. I don't know if y'all saw how much food people brought me, but they kept they kept bringing me food. And I was like, thanks. I really appreciate it. Holy shit. You know?
Yeah, I may have been one of those people who brought you the food.
Yeah, did you bring me food?
Yeah, I did.
You did. You brought me food. Ritter Cunts guys brought me food. Someone brought me a pizza. I don't know who brought me a pizza. I still don't know who brought me that pizza. I think it might have been my mom and dad. They brought me a sandwich. So, and then, like, everyone else offered, you know, and I'm just like, y'all, I can't eat this much. Like,
didn't you they bring him a steak as well? Like a bunch of steak?
Yeah, we're not going to talk.
You brought me kebabs.
Kebabs? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want to hear about steak. You want to hear about fucking steak. Me and Sean blew ourselves up trying to fucking eat a steak, all right? It was fucked up. I put the grill on high, left the lid down, and we're trying to figure out how to ignite it. And I cooked the bomb. Sean lit it. Sean, how's your beard?
So when Sean first called me for that, he goes, Anthony, I blew myself up. And I was like, okay.
And me by extension.
I was like, tell the story. And he goes, well, first off, I was with Bo. And I was like, enough said. Like, it makes sense.
It was bad. How's your beard, Sean?
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Good. Everything has grown back well.
Eyebrows are good.
Yeah. We're all good. Fingers good. Everything's fine.
Front of my hair is still good, so my hair's thinning out a little, but it's fine. It's whatever.
I got lucky.
Huh?
I got blown up last year, and I went bald.
Oh yeah, you did.
Like
go bald. I remember when you were bald. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got blown up like inside of a fucking grease fryer. So
Sean told me that while we smoked a cigar after we got blown up. It was like the best cigar we ever had.
Yeah.
It was fucking great. It was like
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it was like just sitting there staring blankly into space, and then every once in a while punctuated with hysterical laughter. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like as soon as we got blown up, as soon as I realized we were alive, I thought my eyelids melted. Like everything got so bright that like the contrast on everything got turned up after. Like I couldn't see right, But I remember looking away, like burnt some of my neck hair, and then Sean's like walking around, and I'm like Sean, we lived. Ah! I start like hysterically laughing for like I crash out for like 10-15 minutes.
The way Sean described it, like the situation, reminded me of like the scene from Saving Private Ryan. Like the shell shock looking around, and like there's a dude picking up his arm, like running.
Literally, that's exactly how it went. No, it was good. It was funny. It was we ain't doing that again. We know how to light a grill this time.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh, whatever that button does. It's not a button. Let's put the lighter in here.
Put the lighter then in your food.
Yeah.
Lighter.
Oh man. Fuck. I'm so glad we lived that day.
Yeah, no, I mean living's pretty great, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Living school whenever you're alive. It's fucking sick. Nah, so as a group, we've cranked out so many fucking events this year alone, right? Kind of a rundown. We started off, I had a grappling seminar starting off the year. But then what did we go into after that? What was it? It was Sword Fest, right?
Yeah.
And after Sword Fest was what? We had a lot of stuff.
If we did, I don't even know if I can keep track of it. Well, I have to say, shout out for Swordfest and Jeff Long and all those guys for letting us do that. That was a blast.
Shout out Joe Long. Joe Long's
Joe,
awesome.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe Long's the shit.
My dad. Say what's up, YouTube.
Shout out, Dad.
Shout out, Dad.
Yeah, so Joe Long. Midlands. Of course, we had Midlands. Joe Long lectured there. Speaking of Joe Long gave an amazing lecture. He came to class the other night for Side Sword.
Oh.
Yeah. It was sick. He saw us win fucking Side Sword. He saw Connor and Marion win, and he's like, oh, shit. Yeah, I should come in there.
Right on. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's cool. That's, because like I said, for the folks that are listening to in perspective, his sort of specialty is looking at how swordsmanship was practiced in South Carolina history in particular. And very fascinating to hear him talk, especially about a lot of the people in South Carolina's history that were swordsmen and that used them on the battlefield. In particular, he talked about Wade Hampton, and a Civil War general and governor of South Carolina, who was kind of notorious for using the saber, and has several confirmed saber kills. Wrote about the letters, back to his family and everything. A very, very interesting perspective to hear from Mr. Long, and I appreciated it. I thought it was great. So
yeah, no, I love whenever he's giving a lecture or taking us back to look at swords, whatever it is. He does such a fantastic job on his work. I want to work in the museum. Like, looking at him, I'm like, damn, I'll work at the desk. That would square me up. That'd make me feel good. I'd come to work every day.
Yeah, dude. Well, him taking us back and then actually letting us handle some of the historical artifacts that they have back there, swords that were used in Revolutionary War, Civil War, everything.
I might edit that out. I might edit that part out. I think he got permission. We did get permission. That's right. He took us out on that day. I won't edit that out. I know. I remember when we went back there and they had the side sword. So what's funny is one time they had me back there to argue over a side sword, and it was over whether or not the fucking hilt was on right. The fucking it was like a small sword with a little finger grip, but it had like a dish before the blade, and it was curved up. And he's like, I don't think it's supposed to be curved up. And I'm like, it's got a design on the inside. It's probably meant to be facing out.
I was here for this because it was Matt and Connor were the ones that figured that out, right?
No, so that was a different one. That was a side sword.
Different.
That was a side sword or small sword with a hinge on because it came out like this. It was like a thumb guard and a knuckle bow, and the knuckle bow was flipped up. And Connor was like, if you push that button, it'll come down. And it came down, and it was like, oh shit. We should work in a fucking museum. You know what I mean? We know swords. We should work in a sword. We should start a sword museum. That'd be sick. If we get the money for it.
I agree with you, man. That'd be a phenomenal job. I would love to be a curator like that, man.
I'll do that, but like without like historic swords. I want like modern swords. I want like just like an arsenal, like a weaponry, but it's just filled to the brim with like medieval weaponry. I'm talking like small arms to like siege weapons. Dude. Just have a room.
Working at the desk of that fucking.
I probably want like dream lineup. So the doorman would probably be like Arnold, right? Yeah. And I'd put him in like Arnold or like Ronnie Coleman. Put him in a tiny tux, like a cop out.
Oh yeah.
Like, in the Conan outfit, if it's Arnold.
There's the doors, right? And then the clerk or the front desk guy.
Half Thor Bjornsson.
Half Thor, dude.
Well, think about it like this: you
can't even see the desk.
You could do, we could do a sword museum that's not just like historical swords. It's like sword culture, pop culture, everything that has a fucking sword. Conan, right? All that shit, sword related, in one fucking museum. That'd be sick. I'd pay good money to be there.
Yeah, dude. And like the Princess Bride and shit, and then what is it? Monty Python. Dude, we got to do more skits. If you do come down again, we got to do a skit. Do like fucking Monty Python or something like that.
Just do an SEA fight. Do Monty Python combat. Oh, you have my arm. Like put it behind your back.
Also, I'm going to throw this out there for everybody. Conan the Barbarian, greatest movie of all time. If you disagree with me, come fight me at Gehagen Park. We meet Sundays from 10:30 until we get tired. Come face me.
This is public, Sean. Yeah, that's bold. Nah.
Pull up. All the ops know the location. You know where we stay.
Park, Somerville, South
Carolina. Outside.
Hell yeah. Nah, I've been looking at our views and shit lately. We have a lot of returning viewers, so that means that we're really flowing through the community and subscribers. So we're fucking killing it. It's been lit.
I'm up to like 80 subs now, dude. I'm basically a celebrity. Like
basically, you gotta pump out them shorts.
I walk down the take pictures of me without even asking me, man. It's crazy.
So I have being a
I have 0 subscribers because anything that has like I don't understand how things light without fire, and
there you go.
so right, you know, so like whenever I see like the weird magic boxes that have tiny people in them that talk, like I don't understand it.
Yeah,
so,
like this one.
Yeah. I mean, this is. Like, I've been terrified this entire time.
It's a mirror, Sean. Don't worry.
It's like my soul.
So what's actually funny is like when you're pumping out content and you're in the community. So like I go to Queens, right? Someone's like, "Oh my God, you're the guy that did the mass destruction video or whatever." Right? I'm like, yeah, that was me. Everyone was talking about the mass destruction video. It was fucking hilarious, right? And then I get to Raleigh, and apparently this is a Facebook post. There's these people, Free Company Fencing. Shout out Free Company Fencing. I smoked a cigar with one of your boys, mainly the main boy, whoever's in charge. I don't fucking know. But
boy.
Yeah, I think they're from Tennessee. I was talking to the dude, and he was like, "Oh, you're the fucking Carolina guys. I seen your fucking workouts you post on Facebook before Queen's Gambit." And I'm sitting there smoking. I'm just like, "Word, hell yeah, that's fucking sick." So it's cool. It's cool getting like recognition for even like little goofy shit. But yeah, that fucking mass destruction video is fucking insane. Get an AF. If you don't have an absolute force mask, get one, or a Koozie Cobra.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty impressed with how much that thing held up with that, man. Like, I mean, y'all were not holding back at all, especially with those buckler strikes. I'm like, oh my God.
That was at the
thumbnail.
End, too.
Thumbnail.
I just put it in the beginning, but yeah, that was you know, I think what was funny is someone was like, "This shit looked psychotic," and I was just like, whatever. That's the point. That's the fucking point. We're just trying to destroy this mask, you know. I let
Did you
Will...
see that?
Say that again.
Did you see the new Wakusi helmet that dropped?
Not the new one.
It's a fencing mask, but it has a salad like overlay.
Yeah.
So it's like like you know, like Daniel's like plastic, the hard impact plastic. It's the same material, but it's like a fencing mask, but they put a salad on top of it out of the same like plastic. It's so sick, dude.
I need to get one.
It's so sick. It's from Wakusi.
Shout out Wakusi.
I'm definitely got one of those.
No, actually, one of the guys in our group, Tyler, is actually he ordered one, so it should be coming in. We might be good whenever that comes in. Might be cool to do a video on.
Dude, fighting Tyler at Queens was the greatest shit ever. So I want you to tell everyone, what did you tell Tyler beforehand about Rusty Shackelford?
Well, okay, so for some context, okay, it's just like you know that I was going off your lead though. I was going off your because you told me that you were gaslighting Adam. Yes, you were gaslighting Adam about like going to play up who this Rusty Shackelford guy was, right? And
he so that I pretty quick, but yeah, I tried.
Tyler, it was his first tournament and everything, and I was just like, dude, it's like, did you hear that Rusty Shackelford's going to be in this one? And he was like, Rusty Shackelford, is that like a real name? Oh yeah, man. It's just like you're fighting in you're fighting in the tall division, right? And Tyler was like, yeah. And he's like, oh man, you're probably going to go up against Rusty at some point then. And he was like, well, who's Rusty? And he's like, oh, this dude's like 6'5", like 250 pounds. Last time I saw him in a tournament, he just like broke a dude's wrist with a hand snipe. It's crazy. So I had out this entire time, he's like training for this. He's expecting like he's going to go up against Rusty, and I was just like, he's like, what should I do, Sean? What should I do? And I'm like giving him advice on how I'm supposed to fight Rusty Shackelford. It was great.
Dude, it was the greatest part is when he read my name tag and just punched me in the fucking gut. That was that was great. I was like, damn, he won the fight already.
Y'all got me with the Rusty Shackelford shit. I was convinced even on this side that Rusty Shackelford was this like mythical creature that like spawned at HEMA events to just destroy people's wrists. Like when Sean first, because I've heard like a lot of names in my like career here, and like I have never heard Rusty Shackelford. So we brought it up. I was like, who the fuck is that? Like that dude sounds scary. Dude.
I think I'm gonna bust them out every now and then, but I'm gonna do fake names a good bit. I think it's funny. I loved Raleigh. I got to fight in booty shorts, dude. My ass was like damn near hanging out the whole event. Like, I love being goofy at the tournaments. It makes it enjoyable. It gets the nerves like away. It's just like, I'm
sure.
funny man right now.
You know what they say: minimum coverage, maximum efficiency. So
I was way faster that day. I was jumping and shit.
I know. Well, I really like that image of who I forget who it was that posted or whatever. It's like the Elden Ring meme with you. You know,
Yeah.
There's Bo over there wearing a pot on the head and like nothing but a loincloth.
Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
That was a meta.
Oh my god. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Why isn't it my photos?
Speaking of Elden Ring, man, they've been having some
competitor Bo Davis. Fuck yes.
They've been cool weapons in the Elden Ring DLC. Like they just recently, I found out like they had like this shield. It was like the dueling shield that has like the spikes on the top and bottom. You can like do like actual techniques from the manuals, I guess. But there's another one. They added like the side dagger, which has like the cover that comes like down here, like almost like a saber, and you can pair that with like another like specific weapon. Now, of course, I think like the attacks that you're doing in that are like way wrong, like you're doing spin attacks and shit. But the fact that like they're holding it correctly, or they hold it kind of like this with like the guard kind of hanging here, is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I've been a lot.
Dude, I haven't played it yet. I haven't played the new Elden Ring DLC. I played Elden Ring, but not the new DLC. I gotta get through my second new game, which I don't want to do. I've been playing Bannerlord.
I beat Elden Ring in a week after like a year of playing it, and because I was like late, and the whole time I was getting shit on by the guys I was hanging out with because they hadn't beaten it yet, and like they were using like magic and blood and stuff, and I was like poning the game, right? Just I got good, essentially, right? And they did not get good.
Yeah.
So I got shit on.
Well, here at the Schola, we only believe in strength builds.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. I started.
I wasn't even Y-hander.
I started playing Bannerlord, and like I've just been on the Bannerlord grind. Like New Kingdom, started my own shit. I'm the fucking emperor, bro. Fucking suck on these.
I've never played that game, but it looks interesting, man. It looks really interesting.
It's fun. It is so fun. It's like you ever play Warband?
No.
It's on Xbox. You should. Oh, yeah.
I play.
I don't know what to tell you. Earlier when I was podcasting, I was trying to pull up how many hours I played in each game on my desktop, right? And it wouldn't show me. Because every time I click on Bannerlord, it opened the fucking game on my PC, and then it would just crash because it was through like the Xbox Cloud or whatever. Dude, bad. It was bad. It just error. We've never seen this shit before. But I learned that my computer can play Kenshi.
Oh wow, have you played that game?
No, I'm gonna buy it though and start playing it.
Dude, that game is like, it's like suffering. Suffering in real life compares not to this game, dude. I swear. You start out and like a cannibal will eat your leg, and you gotta crawl around the desert.
You gotta get a new leg
for help.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of Let's Plays on it and shit. I can't wait to get into it. Knowing that I can run it on recommended settings. Fuck yeah. Yeah.
That's kind
I have an Intel Core i7 and an Intel Iris X in this fucking computer, alright? And it doesn't have a tower. It's just a fucking computer. It's got a touchscreen. That's cool.
You spoke like Spanish to me just now, dude. Like, I'm such a caveman. I have a PlayStation.
I don't know what it means. I just know that I need that to run the game. At minimum.
That's convenient.
It has 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's a lot, apparently. That's 280.
80 megawatts? 80 megaflops?
80
Ticklebytes.
You got the gigawatts? Is that one?
Yeah, dude. 75 gigabytes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I swing sword, pick up steel, put it back down. Pick up heavy wheel, put it back down.
Yeah. Pick up
cigar, big man,
smoke it. Wake up, shit, eat, get out of bed, smoke a cigar.
Yeah, dude. You know how it is.
Right. If you're Daniel, wake up, go blacksmith all day, go train all day, forget to sleep, forget to eat, read Fiore all night. Read nothing but the Segno and analyze every pixel of the page that you can put on a fucking, like, he digitizes it, he puts it on a computer, he studies every pixel.
he has the most picture perfect like warrior monk lifestyle I think I've ever seen in any of my like people have experienced, right? Like
yeah, to give you some perspective on this, so Daniel and I actually trained jiu-jitsu and judo at the same gym, and I am terrible with the actual like Japanese terms for a lot of the judo techniques and everything. So I get quizzed on this, I like fail all the time. But Daniel can just like he just hits it like this, like this, like this. And I asked him, I was like, Daniel, how do you like memorize all this stuff so quickly, right? And he's like, well, whenever I'm at home, whenever I get back from work, I just kind of like sit in my room, and then I'll like just recite the judo technique names to myself over and over again till I have them all memorized. So this is, it's just like just 100% pure, man.
I feel like maybe sometimes he says that to fuck with you though. I don't know.
It could be Daniel.
He's a trickster.
So Daniel Lore, yeah, no, he's low key probably the most funny guys I know.
Yeah,
and like and he's so deadpan about everything.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell sometimes. It really is.
Yeah,
it's like Daniel's like a robot. I swear.
All right, well, I know your phone has a battery life, and we've been going for a hot minute now, so I want to do my outro.
Let me check. I'm on 24% here.
I will do a little outro, then we'll talk for a bit. So,
heard that.
Thank you guys for watching. This is now episode 3 of Sword and Board podcast. So, I just cranked out 3 in a fucking day. I need to take a break now. Next couple ones I'm hoping will be like in person with somebody. I'm gonna come, bring the flag, tape it up, put the mics on. It's a lot of work though, and my phone's got to be charged. So, fuck that.
Anytime you want Charleston, man, come on and we'll do it.
I want to come down.
We'll drag Daniel in here, man.
Yeah, we need Daniel. I need to sit Daniel down 1-on-1. See how that goes for an hour.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting. You'll ask him a question, and he'll be like, "Yeah,
yeah,
yeah."
And I'll ask him to speak only brain rot, and then it'll be fine.
God.
Nah, dude. All right. That's a video I'm not watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Minus one view.
Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we upload more. Go subscribe to Mugen the Dog, and we will catch you.
Smash that motherfucking like button. Let me plug myself real quick, bro. Subscribe to my. You get to see longsword on longsword action, thrusts from the front and the back. Remember, kids, a dagger can do more damage than a longsword. It doesn't matter how long your blade is; it just matters how you use it.
He's right. It's true. Well, all right, y'all.
If anybody's around like Charleston, Summerville, in the Low Country of South Carolina, you want to come out and train, like I said, we meet at Summerville and Gahagan Park on Sundays. We start at 10:30 in the morning. We go until everybody gets tired. No gear needed, no experience needed. We'll get you hooked up. Just come out and train with us, man. We'd love to have you.
Oh yeah, thank you for being a better plug.
Yeah,
more response.
We might have a Myrtle Beach chapter starting up. Maybe. I don't know if you seem to talk about that, but we might have that. But thank you guys for watching this Sword and Board podcast, episode 3. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.